Alright, we did it. I made it. Fuck. With book 10. Alright, I did it. I completed what is known as the Wheel of Time slog, ending with book 10, Crossroads of Twilight, which is most definitely my least favorite book so far out of the 10 that I've read in the Wheel of Time. I have to say that this book just felt entirely pointless. Unlike the other two slog books that ended with a bang, this one just did not contribute very much. It was pretty much a recap of the last book from a different perspective with not much new information given. Before I go any farther into the review, I'd just like to say like and subscribe if you enjoy these reviews. I'll be putting out one roughly every week as I finish these books, and maybe other content, not sure. I'm just trying to get my thoughts down. Jumping into this book, I have to say it's not going to be a satisfying book when your main characters travel like a grand total of 20 feet combined. Starting off with Perrin, he does track down the Shadow that captured Fael, but he doesn't do anything about it. He makes a side trip off to a town and sees some ghosts. He does have one very important moment in his character arc, of which I very much enjoyed, but that was at the cost of a whole lot of pages of just nothing. That moment is when they do capture some of the Shadow scouts or whatever guards, and he's trying to question them to find out where his wife is. And obviously it's a very long shot that they know these guys Shin out of the thousands that are there. But after walking in and they're being tortured or whatever, he calmly just grabs his axe, chops the guy's hand off, and then has them heal him. And he just very seriously is like, I will continue to do this unless you tell me. And it was just kind of that moment mixed with him then throwing the axe in the tree, and then Elias coming up and be like, I told you to get rid of that as soon as he enjoyed it. But it's not that he enjoys it. It's just that he's trying to fight the feeling and the adrenaline of feeling alive in battle or committing these acts. And he doesn't want to feel that. But obviously it's human nature to feel more alive when you're in danger. That was a great Perrin moment. And moving on to Matt, who also had that one very emotional good singular character moment, of which when he had to shoot down the Soldam that ran away. But besides that, nothing happened. Yeah, he talked with Tuon, but all that talking is not balanced out by anything else, so it gets very repetitive and annoying, whereas it would be nice and a nice addition in character development if that was more than just what it was. And that Soldam moment where he killed his third woman was just very sad, but it did break the pattern that I kind of noticed, because the first woman that he killed, the Aiel woman that he had a relationship with, kind of, and then the Queen of Saldea, Ibudar, Thailand, she died because of him, essentially, because the Golem was looking for him, or the Golem, forget. But this one did break that pattern that I thought it was going to establish, to where it was oh, each of his interests die before he gets to the one that's prophesized, which is Tuon, which I don't mind the character, don't really have much to say about them so far. Seems to act like I would think a Seachan princess would kind of act, and even when she's getting her way but also captured, I don't got a problem with her, don't really like or dislike her. I just wish that there was more action with Matt. But that moment where he did have to command shooting down the Soldam, that felt impactful. Rand's in it for 20 pages. I was hoping to get more Logain interaction with him, or just more Logain in general. Guy's a cool character, and he's not used at all so far. And then there was no Mazrim Tame conflict, really. That was all kind of tame. In the very beginning of the book, in the prologue, it was talked about of the General Itulariad. He was in the Amadesia and Tarabon area doing those raids, or convincing the Dragonsworn to do those raids. And it was talked about oh, we're gonna strike back at the Seachan, which is now ironic because Rand is negotiating a truce with the Seachan. And now there's a whole lot of variables flipping, of where the main group of characters and the main central core that you have is now trying to band with the Seachan. Perrin's doing it, Rand's doing it, Matt is now involved with the Seachan, and then the outer core that supports the inner group and is like connected to them is now fighting the C-Chan. And so it's a weird conflict of misinformation and miscommunication, which is just a theme in a lot of these books of stuff gets mixed up and people get very confused. Moving on to the girls, Elayne's just whole plot is like, come on, get something past just political scheming. The stupid person that's supposed to be your rival is kind of confusing because you get a POV chapter of somebody else in the camp that is one of the captured like true rivals, but she doesn't have any power, but she's making the other one swear to them. I don't know, it's boring. But like, if I get one more thing of I have to drink weak tea and I have to eat shitty food because I'm pregnant, I'm gonna rip my hair out. That was annoying as hell. And there was like no expansion on the Avienda sisterhood really, besides, oh, we are closer now, which was like, it kind of felt like, oh, we completed it, time to move on past that and not have that really be a central focus, even though I enjoyed that. Nynaeve was also out of the book for the most part. Did enjoy that one scene where Lan was just cooking the Ashmahan and sword fighting. That's always like, he's one of the favorite characters. He's the best swordsman in the book, right? He's the best fighter. Like, nobody can beat him without the power. Correct? Yeah. That's my headcanon. Egwen's just a whole lot of Amerlin politicking back and forth, but the discussion that happens both in the White Tower and in Egwen's camp is the bonding of the Ashmahan, of which Egwen quickly shoots down the way they want to do it, which is the, not persuasion, what's it called, compulsion, of which ironically she's one of the only people that knows how to do that. But they're like, yeah, we're going to just control these. While it's funny because the Reds in the White Tower are like, it'll have to be a partnership, but obviously we'll be in control. But like, they don't suggest the same extreme, even though they're the one that have been hunting men for this so long. I thought that was kind of funny. But again, there's a whole lot of talking and not a lot of doing going on. And I think this would have just been so much better if there's just been a combination, like these two books, maybe three. I don't think three, actually, like 2 books combined into a crispy 1,200 pages, and that would have just cut out a whole lot of the fluff and gotten through the moments. Because this book 10, Crossroads of Twilight, essentially takes place at the same time as Winter's Heart, and a lot of it is just straight recap or just different perspectives on the situation. Oh my god, how many times do I have to hear, what the hell happened? What did the Forsaken do? That huge burst of power, and Rand's just chilling somewhere in the area of Tyr, just like, fuck it, whatever, I'm not gonna let people know that what I did. It was just another theme of miscommunication and nothing really going on. Whole lot of recap. Was not a big fan of that. Other small points were pretty much just more hunting of the Black Aha and the White Tower for a few chapters. Aja, if you want me to pronounce it like that for the guy that commented, whatever. It's stuck in my head. I have to say, definitely least favorite book. I'm glad it's over. I've already started the 11th book, which is Robert Jordan's last one before he passed away, and even in just a prologue, you can feel the pace picking up. It's kicking off. I'm enjoying it. I did not think these were that bad. Maybe it's because I binge read them each in like 6 days, and so I finished all 3 slog books very quickly. So that was not a problem for me. Yes, they were a step down, especially after the strong start the series had, but still very enjoyable. I give it 2 thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoy these reviews. Like and subscribe. I'll be back soon. Maybe different content. Don't know. See ya.